Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be breaking down my lineup for Saturday, January 28th. We've got a 7-game slate on this Saturday, so I'm just going to go ahead and hop right into it. Alright, starting off at point guard. The point guard I'm going to take is Kemba Walker. One thing to note before I go into Walker's matchup, he is coming off a back-to-back, so I don't know, there could be a chance he rests. I doubt he would, but I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, this is a pretty solid matchup for Walker. He gets an up-and-pace matchup against the Kings. The Kings are not good defensively guarding the point guard, and this is definitely a matchup Walker can take advantage of. His price has seen a slight decrease lately, and I'm not sure why. In his last 5 games, he's managed to put up 49, 26, 33, 43. Yesterday, he put up 52 fantasy points. This is definitely a matchup where I could see him getting 40-plus fantasy points. Like I said, the Kings aren't great defensively, and they play at a fast pace. Walker also plays a lot better at home than he does on the road, so this is definitely a matchup where he should exceed at home. So definitely like Walker tonight for point guard. Think he's great to get you 40-plus in this matchup. Alright, a shooting guard, I'm going to take Zach LaVine. LaVine gets the best matchup against the Nets. The Nets play at the fastest pace, and they're the worst defense in the NBA. This is definitely a matchup where LaVine should be able to get 30-plus fantasy points. The only thing I worry about when picking players against the Nets is if it could be a blowout. The Timberwolves aren't that great this year, so I don't really think this game should be a blowout. A lot of guys from Brooklyn rested on Fridays, so all their starters should be out there. So yeah, I definitely like LaVine in this matchup. It's the best matchup for any position. He has been a little inconsistent lately, but he's managed to pick it up in his last 2 games, scoring 20 and 37 fantasy points. LaVine's always locked in when it comes to minutes. He'll play 30 to 40 minutes every night. So if LaVine plays 30 to 40 minutes in this matchup, I could see him getting at least 30 fantasy points, maybe upwards of 40 against the Nets. Alright, at guard, I'm going to go for some value and take Darren Collison. Collison gets a pretty solid matchup against the Hornets. Kemba Walker is not great on defense, so this is definitely a matchup Collison could take advantage of. Collison is way too cheap based on his recent games. He's managed to put up 21, 38, and 43 fantasy points in his last 3 games. He's also locked in when it comes to minutes. He'll play at least 25 minutes a night. Collison's way too cheap at just $12. I definitely think he can get you 20-plus fantasy points in this matchup. It'll be a fast-paced game, so I definitely think this is a matchup Collison can thrive in. Alright, a small forward, I'm going to pay up for the most expensive small forward on the slate and take Kevin Durant. KD gets a pretty solid matchup against the Clippers. Mbah Moute is a pretty solid defender, but that doesn't matter against KD. KD's arguably the best small forward in the league. He's unguardable. Nobody's going to be able to shut down KD. And this is definitely a matchup KD can put up 50-plus. At home, it'll be a fast-paced matchup. The only thing I worry about is if it could be a blowout. The Clippers are starting to get healthy again, though. Blake Griffin is back in the lineup, so that might help keep things close. But either way, I definitely like KD in this matchup. There's not much I can say. He's just a solid stud. He'll just get the job done. So definitely like him to get you 50-plus in this matchup. Alright, a power forward, I'm going to take Tobias Harris. Harris has been pretty consistent all year, and he's played consistent minutes. This is a pretty solid matchup against the Heat. The Heat aren't great defensively, and they play at a somewhat fast pace. Harris is locked in when it comes to minutes. He'll play 25-plus minutes a night. And he's been pretty consistent in his last 5 games. He's put up 17, 38, 28, 34, and 19 fantasy points. I definitely think this is a matchup where he can bounce back. He's way too cheap at just $25. I think this is definitely a matchup where he can get you 30-plus fantasy points against the Heat. Alright, at forward, I'm going to take Danilo Gallinari. Gallinari and the Nuggets just played the Suns Thursday, and Gallo put up 36 fantasy points. I definitely like Gallo to exceed value. His price dropped $1. He was $21 on Thursday, and when he put up 36 fantasy points. I definitely think he could repeat that stat line in the same matchup. Nikola Jokic is currently out for this game, so Gallinari will definitely soak up some of Jokic's usage. So definitely like Gallinari. Think he's way too cheap. He should be able to get you 30-plus fantasy points in this up-and-pace matchup against the Suns. Alright, at center, I'm going to pay down for some value and take Willie Reed. Hassan Whiteside is currently questionable for this game. If Whiteside is out, I really like Reed for value. Whiteside did not play in the game yesterday against the Bulls. Willie Reed started in that game and put up 29.5 fantasy points, and he played 37 minutes. Reed's one of those guys where if he starts and he gets the minutes, he'll put up fantasy points. So definitely like him if Whiteside doesn't play. He definitely should be able to get you 25-plus fantasy points as long as he plays at least 20 minutes. And at my utility spot, I'm going to take Tyson Chandler. I played Chandler Thursday night against the Nuggets, and he kind of disappointed. He only put up 15.5 fantasy points and only played 23 minutes. I definitely think he should be able to bounce back. Like I said, Nikola Jokic is going to be out for this game, and Jokic is a much better defender than his backup, Nurkic is. So I definitely like Chandler to bounce back in this matchup against the backup center. Chandler's price has not seen an increase. He's still $17. Before his game on Thursday, he had put up 43, 30, 29, and 46 fantasy points. So yeah, I definitely like Chandler to bounce back in this matchup. He should be able to get you a double-double, upwards of 30 fantasy points. Alright guys, so this is going to be my lineup for Saturday, January 28th. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please leave a like and subscribe. If you never want to miss out on any of my videos, be sure to click the bell icon next to my YouTube name. What that'll do is it'll send you a notification every time I upload a video, so you'll never miss out on a new video. So please be sure to do that if you never want to miss a video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.
Talk a lot of shit, but they rarely back it up. Come through heavy, but she leave. Mad as fuck, phone blowing up, vibrating on the bed. I don't wanna argue, man, I really want some head. Shit'll go down if I don't get my money fast enough. Feeling on her ass enough. She say I'm too crass and rough, and I just keep my speakers knocking. You rated the